deceive. We have come into the night, thunder and raging war a night. We have come into the night, thunder and raging war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. The sound of arms, fierce morality. Nightfall, the rain, and the silence leads. We have come into the night, thunder raging war a night. We have come into the night, thunder raging war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Shield wall. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla.
All right, welcome one, welcome all to Valhalla Esports Season 4 quarterfinals. With me tonight, we got Halfling and Hailstorm. I spelled his name wrong, my apologies. But with with me tonight,
What up?
yeah, how you gentlemen doing?
Doing good. Doing
Ready
good.
for some games?
Indeed. Honestly, I didn't know about what series we were doing up until about 5 minutes ago, but that's A-okay, because here we have got, it is Bomba versus FF15. Got that right? Correct.
And
Sweet.
FF15, Salt was not available. I believe she's still in the process of moving. So they have a sub in for Filthy Birdman at support, and they moved Jelly to top and Smoothie into the jungle.
But, swapping around, but nothing too insane. I'm pretty sure all those players have played those roles before, so it's not as though they're going to be uncomfortable, so to speak, in those roles, but I still feel like this is a fairly competitive series, like what you guys told me beforehand, right? Being the 4 or 5 seeds, this should be one of our higher chances of seeing an early on full 3 games in the playoffs. But you guys got anything else?
No. Got the queue. Alright.
Steve, have these teams played against each other? I don't think so, right?
Have they played? I don't believe they have. But yeah, I agree. I think this is the highest probability of an upset, especially since it's the 4 or 5 seed. But I also think these teams match up pretty well against each other. So I think I would guess we'll go to 3 games, and could go either way in my mind.
There we go. I've got a couple more visual aids and reminding myself of what's going on. So FF15 was the team from Jotunheim. They secured a second seed in Jotunheim and a path into playoffs, being 5-4, while as Bomba Bros is a leader and the number 1 seed from Helheim. I think I pronounced this right. Right?
Yes.
Helheim, Jotunheim. There we go. But So FF15 kind of looking at Bomb Bros as honestly the easiest snack that they could have ever had in this playoffs. Um, so this should be pretty fun. Just by kind of like quick little skim, Bomber Bros and FF15 are generally evened out teams in terms of like salary dispersion, which always creates more even game states.
And these teams,
And
real quick, did actually play in week 2 with
they
FF15
did
taking the series in 2 games.
nice.
But that was very early on in the series. In the season, teams have gotten a lot of practice in from there, so we'll see how they match up today. We know last season, or no, 2 seasons ago, Bentage got that finals buff where he started popping off really well. So we'll see if he pulls out anything big this game and series.
That wasn't not to be the Debbie Downer, but that was like a very big the salt carry. At least just like looking back over some of the screenshots that we've access to. Um, Pretty big the salt carry, and he's gone now. But that I don't think that actually reduces a lot of their power, and I feel like they can still go for it.
Sound good. Looks
Yep.
like they're up in the draft, so we can send it over there, catch up on the bans and everything. As we see FF15 first banning away that Jinx. Been a pretty solid carry for a lot of teams, so it's a good overall ban. Then that Morgana banned away for Bentage.
Yeah, and Jinx has also been a very strong champion with the big like little crit item rework that we had, and Talia being dropped off almost like a response to the Morgana ban. MF also
Um,
taken out. Very curious about that, honestly.
yeah, I think Talia is just also one of those mid laners slash jungle picks that's just in a really good spot and has been for a little bit. So I like that ban. And then the Zac taken away, but no Shaco ban. So we'll see if they go for that. And Covert's one of his main champs is that MF. So
I see.
targeted ban there, along with the Poppy for KB. And the first pick of Mumu for FF15.
Yeah, thing. I mean, Amumu's seem to very much have a place in this league here in Valhalla. A lot of people seem to really like it, but Blitzcrank being also picked up. Those are two very interesting blinds coming from a person who's been watching a lot of pro play recently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, those aren't exactly what you normally see. I can see Amumu as being like this big comfort pick for every jungler. Smoothie's kind of getting a little
And
bit of an off roll,
Shaco.
but what the hell?
Yep. Well, they have casual plebs. He's a Shaco main, so
Uh,
whenever it's available, he'll play that Shaco in the jungle.
Now it seems as though he was given it in game one and week two, and proceeded to not necessarily run it down, but not have the best game of his life. So it'll
Yeah.
be interesting to see a little bit of redemption for Bomber Bros here. But Senna locked in, so they could be going fasting. She is just a strong support as well, has been forever. So kind of interested to see what they're going to turn that into here with that blue third pick.
Yeah, for sure. And the Swain, so it could be the Son of Swain bot, or they could toss that Swain in the mid lane.
Yeah, they've still got a lot of flexibility with their picks. Technically, like Amuba can go support jungle, Senna can go ADC support with fasting,
Correct.
and Swain's got support mid. So they've got a lot of flex options here, and Jin kind of being a very safe option into that as just you figure out what you're doing later. We've got our ADC locked in now.
How is Jin right now with like all the rework of the items? Have they been helpful for him, or how's he sitting?
Oh, super helpful. He's been very strong with the IE rush, IE collector rush. All the really good items that collector is built out of makes him very, very healthy. Has a ton of damage. The BF sword back is really strong. I've even been seeing
Right.
people rushing tier 2 boots on him and
Oh,
just running around the map and Wing in the really bad lanes. But I don't really think FF15 can create a terrible lane state here, and even some counters have been banned out for the Jin, being Seraphine and Xerath here by Bomba Bros.
makes sense. Yep. 2 targeted bans at Bentage, and then a Vigar and a Mord to kind of go mid and top laner. And the brand
Brand.
picked up. He's been very strong recently. So looks like a mid brand. We'll probably go for that double burn item.
Yeah, they're gonna have a ton of burn. If though that's casual plebs taking that shake under the jungle year, they're gonna be missing out on a lot of damage with Blackfire Torch. If that brand's going mid lane, and Lux I think is a pretty solid option. Kind of showing their hand with the Swain flex pick now, but now is the time to do that. Lux having a ton of wave clear into Brand, able to kind of stay out of that empowered E range that Brand able to poke with. So I feel like this Lux is really good.
Yeah, and ever since they buffed her passive, just has been in a good spot. And then they allow blind, hoping to get a strong lane. Makes sense why they banned the Mord now. And
Mhm.
just looking to try to bully. Also a champ that KB's been liking a lot, so see how he does into the Garen that they're trying to counter with on the side of Bomba Bros. If you're doing well as Garen, you can win this matchup. As
I feel
long
like
as
it
you're ahead enough or when
generally
she
goes even.
ults, you can execute her with your ultimate. But it does get pretty annoying if you get behind.
I feel like I see this lane pretty often, and it's always like very just okay for both champions. But Alawi's to me personally, I always see as Alawi just winning out anytime she's going 50-50 in these kinds of
Yeah.
matchups. So all in all, I'm in favor of that top pick from FF15, but I'm scratching my head here at the rest of their team. It's very simple to play, but they have so many like tough lane matchups and positions. Thank you for the raid, actually. Holy,
Thank you.
just looked at chat. Super nice. Oh, we got a
Welcome
friend.
everyone for the raid.
Never mind, he clicked the wrong one.
We're just about to get into game one of our quarterfinals, so good time to pop in. And we just put up our predictions, so be sure to get your gambles in. Everyone knows gambling is important. And yes, Doug calling out they let Casual get his Shaco. Gonna have to see if he pops off on it like he wants to. But which team do you think is gonna take it based just on the draft? Looking like it'll be that Senna Swain bot lane for FF15.
Yeah, you like that Senna Swain bot lane. I actually really like the Jin Blitzcrank. That Blitzcrank kind of being justified here with the Senna pick. Senna Swain doesn't really like being into the Blitzcrank. You kind of always have that option, the trump card with the hook, and it makes late game a little harder to navigate. Of course, it's hard to really be Blitzcrank in the later games and to Swain. That's going to be a little kind of dicey, but I feel like Bomb Bros has the tools that they need to be able to pilot these late game team fights.
Yeah, for sure. I like the Bomba Bros just because right now I feel like ADCs are kind of really strong. So just the fact that they have one, if that gen gets big or even slightly like 3 items, 4 items, and it's a generally even game state, I think they have a good chance of taking it. Thank you, Doug, for the gifted subscription going to Hardway. Hardway, tell him thank you, and you'll receive your 30 days of love from Valhalla Esports.
Sweet. He seems just finishing up draft.